All right. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there was like a big delay right there, so I didn't know if I was live or not. I'm gonna go ahead and see the other feed real quick as I send out the I'm live. Oh, I'm not steaming, I'm streaming. I wrote steaming on my announcement post. Oops. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I'm live. I can hear myself. Oh my god. I'm currently steaming my stream. I mean, I am playing this on Steam, but I'm streaming, not steaming. Oh god, am I Umineko? God dang it. Let's read. Oh my god. I am not doing well in terms of announcements messages today. Well, that's great. That... I forgot to write let's read, and I wrote that I was steaming the stream. Oh my god. This is a great start to the stream. You gotta love the scuff at the beginning. Alright, but I should be good now. Why do I have to confirm that I'm me on, Huh. Okay, hold on. Apparently I have to confirm that I'm the one streaming right now. Alright, well, I have to do, like, 2-factor authentication. I think there's going to be 3-factor authentication soon. Yeah, 3-factor authentication is going to be interesting. Like, I wonder how that's going to work. Hey, finally a good time for European. It's 7 p.m. here. Yes, that's what I was actually intending. I was actually intending on streaming at better times for my European audience, since I realized that most of my viewers are in Europe. I'm doing pretty well. I actually just applied for a few more jobs this morning before I streamed. I mainly have part-time work, but I could always, you know, get more money. I've also been, like, looking at stuff within the indie game sphere since, yeah, I'm focused on independent game development in college, and, yeah, I want to continue on with it. So I've been applying to quite a few indie jobs recently. The job hunt has been kind of forgiving. Like, at least I'm getting word back from the people I apply to, which is a good thing. A lot of my friends, though, they're not hearing anything back from the people they apply with, which is not a fun situation. Not a fun situation at all, so I'm at least glad that I'm getting rejections rather than just getting the silent treatment, which is like the best thing. Although I do hope that I get an exception soon. However, job market, it's not the best. But yeah, I'm gonna wait a few minutes to let some people follow into the stream, but yeah. Overall, things have been doing pretty well. My back's not hurting as much. That's such a weird thing to say, my back's not been hurting as much. I do get chronic pain sometimes, so part of the reason I took a little bit of a break recently from streaming was I was like working out some chronic pain stuff. But yeah, no, it's nice hearing from you, Zartant. Alright. I've also been catching up with my YouTube watch later list because when I was in college, I discovered that you have a limit of 5,000 videos you could put onto your YouTube watch later list. I've been just going through all those videos right now because I'm like, oh my god, I accumulated a huge-ass backlog of videos. It's kind of embarrassing to admit that I just added so many videos into a backlog of videos I've, you know, yet to watch. I've been going through them. I put a lot of history videos onto my watch later, which is actually pretty cool. Like, I've been learning a lot of interesting things about, like, just history in general. Mainly Japanese history, since I took a lot of classes about Japanese history as well as mythology. I do have to say, if you ever have the chance of watching some history channels on YouTube, I recommend the ones that kind of focus on Japanese history. One of my favorite ones right now is called Aniki. And they do a lot of history about the Yakuza, but they've been branching out to like other media forms in Japan, which is a really cool channel just to, learn more things about, just Japan in general. Yeah, a lot of content about the country nowadays is just like tourism content, and I'm like, man, I kind of want to see history content or content about, people going to historical sites or just, like, talk about current things in Japan outside of pop culture. Like, I like the pop culture of Japan. It's just that I want to hear more about the country in itself in terms of culture. At least that's my own personal preference for, like, watching content about a country. Like, I want to know more about the general culture. Maybe sometimes watch a pop culture, a pop culture video about a country. However, at the same time, though, like, I do want to learn more, culture, what's going on within the content that people consume, or just the historical context of just, like, what's currently going on in the country. Yeah, weird ramble at the beginning of the video. I'm also getting my streamer mindset back in place because I've been struggling the past few streams to, just keep up a conversation. This may just be like a first world struggle, but it's hard to stream sometimes. Kyoto Ko videos are nice. Kyoto Ko? I've not actually seen Kyoto Ko. Hold on. Kyoto Ko. Oh. I don't think I've seen his videos, actually. Okay, I'm gonna have to check out Kyoto Ko. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check him out after the stream. Yeah, I've not seen this creator before. Thanks for the recommendation, Mert Toron? Mert Toron? Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Also, it's been about 5 minutes for my beginning ramble, so I think I could go ahead and start the stream. And yes, I have such a weird angle now for like my streams because I'm using like an actual like TV set to play Umineko on now. It is a weird setup because at my apartment, I used to have a living room where my TV was, but since I moved again, like, I just put it in my office. Yeah, this is just my mini office space in an old sunroom. But, yeah. On my side, I just got my first scientific paper accepted. Congrats, Arton! Wow, actually, yeah, I'm applauding you. That's awesome, man. Oh, that's so awesome. Congratulations, Arton. If you don't mind answering, what field of science? Like, I'm just curious now. That's really cool. Yeah, I worked on an undergraduate paper myself, but nothing like on the graduate or scientific level. I wrote a paper on basically video games in South Korea and how I believe the computer games industry is going to transition into a mobile games industry. That was like what my academic paper was in undergraduate. Yeah. Though, for something like at a higher level, especially a science paper, I feel like, that is like a really big achievement. Congratulations. But, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and start some gameplay. I'm still gonna keep an eye on chat, however, I'm gonna go ahead and start some playing since, yeah, I'm just gonna get through one chapter today. This stream's probably gonna be about 2-3 hours. Can't really confirm, like, I only have time for one chapter, so let's go ahead and get started. And I think we just finished with all the puzzles that the family members had for Ange, so I think we're back to the main mystery? Or if there is a main mystery this time. There might not be one, but knowing Burn Castle, something fucked up's about to happen, so let's go ahead and see what happens. Oh, I should probably move my microphone to be right in front of me rather than behind me. Basically, I work in machine learning models to detect attack networks. Ooh, and my paper is about how slight variation in the infrastructure alter the model performance. That's awesome. Oh, that sounds so... I kind of want to read this paper myself. Like, no joke, I want to read this. That sounds so cool. Holy crap. Again, congratulations, Arton, and that paper subject, wow, that's actually really cool. Like, I've been reading some stuff on... this is gonna sound stupid, but I've been reading some more stuff about machine learning and all that online, though I'm not doing anything, like, on a high level. I'm just doing it out of, like, a hobby of curiosity. But that's really cool. It's less of an achievement in science paper rather than a literacy, I would say, but I don't know. I mean... yeah, I guess as someone who's not in the field, that's still a very big achievement, like, for me to hear about, but it's still a pretty cool paper, and still, like, probably very important to, help bring more attention and more, work into just this subject of machine learning. Yeah, like, attacks and networks, like, I feel like sometimes cybersecurity is underlooked sometimes, if this counts towards, like, cybersecurity, because I think, detecting attacks and networks, like, that could really harm a machine learning model, at least from my understanding of machine learning. Yeah, like, attacks could be very detrimental to, like, the work of, like, just any sort of learning model. Once it is published, I can share it. Ooh, it will be online accessible. Hell yeah. Yeah, once it's online, I definitely want to read it. Some things might go over my head, and I might have a few questions, but this is, like, the kind of stuff that, as a, just a hobbyist and, like, working with technology, I just find this stuff cool. I have to agree, but I am biased. Yeah. Yeah, like, I do get some biases. Like, I have my own personal biases. Well, I'm just going to go on a quick ramble real quick, so I'm going to go back to my main camera, if my computer allows me. There we go. Yeah, I think one of my main biases in terms of, like, just some stuff in general is, I feel like education for the future should be gamified. I'm probably going to have to make a video about this to, fully describe my point. However, gamification of learning, I feel like, is kind of the future of more interactive and hands-on learning experience, like simulations for various subjects, as well as just, like, try to, make learning a little bit less like you read something and write something. It's more of, you are also still reading and you also are still writing, but you are doing a hands-on, like, game or a hands-on experiment, further your understanding of a subject. I'm gonna definitely have to make a video about that in the future, and I have been considering going to grad school just, further explore this sort of, like, idea of gamification of learning. But this is actually something that I kind of, talked with a lot of, like, graduate students as well as, like, professors while I was in college about, and it's just a subject that I've been very interested in. I mean, I have written, like, academic papers on, the culture of games in a country like South Korea. Like, it's a very interesting subject to talk about how gaming has really impacted the 21st century. But that's for another time. I'm probably gonna have to make a YouTube video or just do a stream of me just, like, talking about things. Honestly, I have considered doing a Q&A stream before where I just talk about various subjects outside of, like, Let's Reads. However, that's probably gonna be a subject for another day, since I should probably get to some gameplay. But yeah, no, like, I do like, just talk about technology and education within, like, just tech in general. It's, like, a weird, like, it's both a hobby but also a job thing at the same time, since I have, like, helped assisted teachers in classes before. I've worked at camps as well as, like, I've been a teaching assistant for, like, a few courses. I think I heard that some experiment existed, but I don't know what happened with them. I may have to look further into that after the stream, since I probably should get to the game soon. But yeah, just subjects in general of, like, technology and games are just fascinating to me. After putting Ange to sleep in the parlor, Genji and the others returned. Oh, I should probably move my mouse over here. Where's my mouse? There we go. Oh, it seems like the sound is coming from my laptop, not from not from my speaker. Hold on. Tech fixes on the fly. It should be coming out of my TV, but for some reason it's not. Interesting. Okay, that just messed up the stream audio. Yeah, there is a little... Yeah, hold on. Why is it not connecting with the speaker? Interesting. Hi, nice to meet you, Death. Oh, Deleanor A. Knox is here. Uh-oh. Alright. Sound... I guess this could be on the sound mixer, but okay. So the output device is set to my speaker, but it's coming out of my laptop. Okay, I hear that from the speaker. But the game is still coming out to my laptop. Interesting. Okay, hold on. System. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Oh, actually, I might have to go back to the title screen for this one. System. Oh, wait, no. Options. There we go. Can you connect with the speaker? Interesting. Oh, maybe because I didn't open the game when my speaker was connected. Yeah, I probably opened the game and then opened up my speaker. So let me go ahead and actually close out of the game to fix this echo problem. Yeah, I cannot believe I forgot to do that. Wow. Sometimes I am not smart. I am not smart sometimes, and I'm being... Who let a fly? Oh, God, a fly got in my office. Well, I'm now going to have to deal with a fly harassing me during stream. But yeah, let me go ahead and fix up that audio issue, because... Yeah, that's going to be annoying if we have an echo the whole stream. Alright. Let's see if that worked. Okay, now we're not getting any audio. Oh, no, there we go. I'm hearing some audio. Hold on. Let me put this back onto the stream. Change my speaker. Weird. Oh, hold on. Are the seagulls not going off? I'm just hearing the clicks of the menu. Huh. The seagulls aren't going off. What the hell? That is so weird. The seagulls aren't going off. Alright, let's see if the game's audio is messed up. Huh. That's puzzling. Okay, now I'm hearing stuff, but is stuff being heard by stream? What? Oh, wait, the audio is actually very low. Hold on. There we go. There we go. I fixed everything. There we go. When the seagull stopped crying. Yeah, no, it was just that my speaker was like all the way down. There we go. Hopefully that fixes the audio. I'm going to do probably some more fixes live, but it should not have as much echo right now. After putting Ange to sleep in the parlor, Genji and the others returned. And soon everyone will be sleeping peacefully. Wait, what do you mean the noise from here? When the Umineko stop crying. I hope that the Umineko don't stop crying pretty soon. Alright, there we go. I was just making sure that something was working. Alright, people about to start dying. First Twilight. I don't like the sound. Oh, there is still sort of a ethereal echo. Ah, damn. It's probably because I'm not wearing headphones, that's why. Maybe if I just turn down the TV volume a little bit, that could be somewhat of a fixed. Yeah, I don't know how much I could do to, stop the ethereal echo. Is it better than before, though? That's, like, probably the main thing. Like, if it's better than before, I think that's the best I could do for right now. Yeah, I've been meaning to, like, change microphones. Like, I'm still using my old microphone that I've been using when I was in my apartment. So, yeah, maybe if I just change microphones. Like, the other microphone I have is a dynamic one. This is more like an omnidirectional one. Okay, yeah, since it's better, I might just, like, go with this for right now. However, yeah, I might go ahead and try some of my direct microphones in the future so that, yeah, the omnidirectional does not pick up the speaker volume since I've been having, well, on top of back problems, I've been having some, like, ear problems where I get, like, bad tinnitus if I wear earphones for too long, so I usually just don't wear earphones when I stream. I know it's not the best practice, but it's more for, like, my ears get really weird sometimes. So yeah, I might try out my more direct microphone next time I stream, as well as, like, you know, see if I can do some, like, noise condensing. But that's a thing that I'm probably going to do next stream since, yeah, I'm already, you know, live right now. So there's really, like, yeah, unless we do a tech fix stream, but I don't think people came here for an IT fixing stream. If people do want to see that in the future, though, I will do a tech fix stream. When Beato clapped her hands loudly above her head, a white flash filled the hall, and its entire appearance changed in an instant. Oh? The hall had transformed into a golden party chamber, with gold butterflies flitting about and gold leaf dancing everywhere. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, if it's bearable, then we could probably go with this right now.
そういうことだな。さあ、もう半魔法の毒素は一切なしだぜ。
Is that Ange?
みんな入ってきてくれ。
Oh.
俺たちのお疲れ様パーティーの始まりだぜ。
Interesting. Are there going to be magical guests like Virgilia as well as Renove? With a burst of applause and cheering, a tornado of gold butterflies rose up in the center of the room. By the time it passed, the number of faces had grown significantly. And I think this is... Oh, this is a... this is the Avatrice theme. I'm forgetting the name. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I forgot the name of the song. But I know this is like the Avatrice song. Or at least it was introduced in episode 3. Yep, there they are!
そして過去の私たちにはねぎらいをですね。
でございますな。今宵は我らも楽しませていただきましょう。
今宵に限らず、いつも楽しんでおったではないか。
世の中、汝は楽しんだ者勝ちでございますよ。
Oh, it's been a while since I heard from them. I wonder if their characters are going to be explored a bit further in this game, since it is the last game, and it felt like it's been, you know, not since episode 4 since we really had a storyline focused on the Seven Sisters. Like, they're very much side characters, so we're probably not going to get a story with them in it. However, yeah, it feels like it's been a while since we just focused on the Seven Sisters. Especially, like, maybe having a final scene with Mammon and Ange. Like, I feel like that might be, you know, at least a nice, like, ending touch. It's not over until after the final Witch's Tea Party, I don't think. I was thinking about more of a sentimental scene, not a creepy one, Mammon. Oh. In front of Beatrice? Yeah, Goto's available.
離れんか泥棒猫。
よく来たな、煉獄の七姉妹。盛大に楽しんでくれ。
やはり彼女らがやってくると急に賑やかになりますね。
Renove's kind of quiet.
賑やか、大いに結構ではないか。
She got Beatrice.
それにまだまだ足りぬぞ。この程度で賑やかとはな。
Oh? Is he gonna invite people? Yep. Another gold cyclone rose up. He brought the Chesters. In its wake, 3 people with bunny ears came into view.
シエスタ姉妹この得体、ここに。
このようなお席にお呼びいただけましたことは光栄に思います。全然遊び足りないうちにもうしまいに。
それについてはわらわも同感であるぞ。しかし安心せよ。わらわたちのゲームはまだまだ続くぞ。
Oh?
猫箱の中で永遠にな。よく来てくれた、シエスタ姉妹。
バトラ卿、ご招待を心より感謝するものであります。我ら一同、今後ますますに。
よせやい、そういう堅苦しいのはよ。
Yeah, it's a party.
今夜はブレイコーだぜ、ブレイコー。
Hell yeah. I love Chester 00. 00 is fun, I have to say. I think my favorite is 410 for the main reason of she's kind of a chaotic force. That's why I like 410 the most. She's the chaotic force of the 3 sisters. Well, technically 4, but we don't really get to know the 4th one.
バトルは分かってるに。
I think it was Rosa that destroyed the 4th one. Don't count me on that one. I think Rosa destroyed the 4th one of the 4th game. Maybe? I think that's what happened. I don't remember, though.
ダメです。410。
I remember a comment one time explained what happened to the 4th sister, and I do remember that comment. Because I was like a little bit confused during that scene.
羽目を外しすぎです。怒られます。
Okay, yeah. I think that's what happened. Rip 4th one, yeah.
はーい、リーチェ。ご無沙汰ね。
The original look of Beatrice. I think that was the original look of Beatrice.
すごいわ。これだけ揃うのはいつ以来かしら。夏日の法廷以来ではないか。
Oh, yeah! I totally forgot. Well, no, I did not forget about Natsu's trial, but damn, yeah, I think this was the last time all the characters were all together. Yeah, she's the toy that gets thrown to the wall. Okay, yeah. Okay, I was correct on that one.
あの時は到底賑やかとは言い難かったかな。
It was a party when, Erika got fucked over.
賑やかと聞いて。
Hell yeah!
私たちの出番がないとは言わせない。
Hell yeah, you can't have a party with Zafar and Furfur. Without Zafar and Furfur.
すげえぜ。一体何人いるんだよ。
この調子で増えたら、僕たち人間の方が少なくなってしまいそうだ。
Oh crap, I said the word and people were asking. Damn it, as soon as I see the one character, every time.
もう出てきて大丈夫だよ、サク太郎。
Hell yeah, more magical beings than humans, let's go! Hey Delnor. You know, Delnor's appearance in chat felt like it was an omen that she was going to appear.
お招き預かり光栄です。
Okay, I'm looking forward to this party getting crashed by someone. Who's going to crash the party?
金券、光栄なるものと知り立てまつるものなり。
Alright, even though they were foes once, they're now, you know, chilling out with each other. That's nice. Who's left, I wonder? Who is left, I do wonder too. Because there's 2 witches I've not seen yet. Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait, no. I think they got eaten by cats. I was thinking about, Leon and, Will. Yeah, Leon and Will. Like, I think they got eaten by cats. Delnor is always welcome. I do agree.
よく来てくれたな。久しぶりだぜ。元気だったか？
元気です。あなたたちと戦っている時が一番です。
Oh, we're gonna have a fight?
反抗士はもうやりたくない。
I felt that. I felt that.
金系上司ドラノール。決裁箱は山積みであると知りたまえ。
Can't you get a secretary?
金系我が有給申請の決算に急ぎたまえ。
Your vacation papers will be approved the faster you help her catch up.
切に望むものなり。相変わらず大法院暮らしは窮屈であるものよ。
I mean, it sounds like paperwork hell.
バトラー卿、少しだけ残念なお知らせがあります。
Oh no!
どうした？
Delnor held out an envelope. Is someone not coming? It was one of the invitation cards that Battler had handed out for this night's party. The name on the card was Fruto Epica. No! No!
私たちも手は尽くしたのです。
No! Okay, maybe she heard that there was a party and she's gonna show up. The invitation was filled with stamps bearing the unreadable words of various foreign countries. Even without reading them, it was easy to guess that it had been returned to sender, destination unknown.
そうか。苦労かけたな。ありがとう。
Damn.
忘却の深淵は住所なき無限の砂漠、あるいは深海の底。
Yeah.
ベルンカステル教以外の誰にも彼女の居場所を知ることはでき
Hey, Burn Castle. Maybe let her out for one day for a fucking party. Then she can return.
一応あの魔女どもにも招待状は送った。
Why would you invite them?
気を利かせて連れてきてくれりゃいいんだがな。
Okay, it's Burn Castle we're talking about. She's probably not gonna be that nice.
ベルンカステル教は猫のような御人よ。自分に興味があれば勝手に寄ってくるが、興味がなければいくら呼ぼうとも姿を現さない。
Sounds just like my cat, Tom. He shows up at parties sometimes, but then most of the time he's just hiding in another location. Even though he does watch the party, sometimes people have seen in the dark depths of my home 2 yellow eyes in the darkness. Tom is always watching.
そうね。あの子
Oh.
まさに猫。
Nice hearing from you again, Lambda Delta.
餌を食べに来るけど決して頭は撫でさせない。
I mean, at least Tom lets me pet him, but I'm kind of, one of Tom's owners.
ラムダデルタ。
I mean, he didn't see in the episode 7T party. That's fair. I don't know if Balor would have known Leon and Will.
お前は来てくれたんだな。
If you were talking about Leon and Will there, yeah.
私、こう見えても全然暇じゃないのよね。
I can actually see that.
でもまあ、一応ベアとの後見人だし。あんたの後見人も私じゃなかったっけ？
I think you were.
まあ、そんなわけで、ギリよ、ギリ。ちょっと近くまで来たから寄っただけ。ああ、そこの棒だ。
Oh?
これ手土産にいろいろ持ってきたの。適当に盛り付けて出しちゃってもらえる？
Is it the mini bombs? For someone who just dropped by because she was in the neighborhood, She brought an awful lot of presents, which included colorfully wrapped bottles and food boxes. Oh, she doesn't get invited to these often. She does not get invited to parties often.
ベルンカステラはまだ来ていない。
来ないんじゃない？負けたゲームにのこのこと顔を出す子じゃないわよ。
であろうな。何しろプライドの高い御人だ。
Pride causes the downfall of most people.
あいつにゃ散々な目に遭わされたような気もするが。
But you know what? I feel like Balor is being a better person here. He even invited Burncastle despite all the pain she's caused. He still invited her to a party.
それでもこのゲームに関わったプレイヤーの一人のはず。
You know, good for Balor for that, by the way. Good for Balor.
最後のゲームの最後の夜はのんびり祝ってもいいのにと思ったんだが。
そうね。あの子がいなかったらこのゲームはこの結末を迎えなかったかもね。敵も味方もゲームを成立させるための絶対要素よ。
そうであるな。敵がいなければゲームにさえならん。
私は敗北さえもゲームの一部として楽しんでるけれどね。あの子はそうじゃない。仕方ないわ。いろいろあったから。だからあの子を責めないであげて。
I'll blame her all the way.
本当は感謝するつもりだった。いろいろあったが、お前がいなかったら今日を迎えられなかったと感謝しようと思って。
ありがとう。
Pressed the button too quickly. I also just noticed that, did the stream die on this computer or did this computer die? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just gotta double check, like, this other screen that I have the stream up on just to make sure that everything's running smoothly. Alright, yeah, things are still working as intended.
今度あの子に会えるのがいつかはわからないけれど、運が良ければ数百年後にはまた会えるわ。その時伝えてあげる。そうそう、それはそうと。招待状はないんだけれど、今日はお客を連れてきたわ。
Wait, who's Lambda Delta bringing?
客？誰だ？
Yeah, hold on. Who did he bring Lambda Delta? Who did he bring?
心当たりには軒並み招待状を送ったつもりだったんだが。
Oh wait, is it Leon and Will?
いらっしゃい、二人とも。
They are a bit too forgetful. Burn behavior was harsh in episode 6 in my opinion. Yeah. Someone's saying goats. It could be the goats,
紹
actually.
介するわ。
Yep, okay. Yep, it's them. When Lambda snapped her fingers, the empty air exploded, and two forms appeared.
ウィラードではありませんか。
Delnor's happy.
よう相変わらず小せえ
Damn! Without hesitation.
知らぬ客人だ。
Everyone is here, except for two. Except for two.
彼らは何者である？
いててて、つねるなシリ。
まず自己紹介が先ではありませんか。多分この世界のバトラ君たちは。
Oh, my mouse cursor. Hold on. Let me, I just realized my mouse cursor's been on screen this whole time. Hold on. I don't want to show my mouse cursor, to be honest. It's not that, like, it's bad to show my mouse cursor, but I usually, don't like having my mouse cursor when I'm playing a game on screen.
服に片翼のわしがあるな。後ろ宮家の人間なのか。
Oh, yeah, they are.
後ろ宮リオンと申します。私の世界ではあなたとは仲のいい男同士です。
Except two blue hair witches, you may mean. You know, I was going to say purple hair witches, but I forgot people have corrected me in saying that they have blue hair. Sometimes it's funny being colorblind on the internet.
紹介するわ。奇跡的確率の世界でのみ生まれる後ろ宮家の次期当主よ。そこではジェシカは一人っ子じゃない。リオンの妹なのよ。
Wait, isn't it they? Like little sibling? Oh no, Jessica. Oh my god. Oops. Yeah, my bad. I misread that. No. Okay, yeah, I misread that. To be fair, Fisherman and Featherine aren't there too. Yeah, where's the Fisherman? Where's Featherine? I don't know. Where's also the relatives that were left behind? Where's Okanogi? But yeah, no, I misread that line poorly. They were talking about how Jessica's the little sister of Leon, not how Leon's the, you know, younger sibling of Jessica, because Leon's the older sibling.
そりゃ驚いた。そんな世界があるのか。
Yeah, I misread that.
もしや、そなたは。
Oh no, is Beatrice about to have an existential crisis?
はじめまして、ベアトリーチェ。私はあなたのことをよく知っていますよ。
I wonder why.
私にとってあなたが幸せな笑顔を浮かべることは何にも勝る喜びです。今夜を迎えられたあなたを私は誰よりも祝福します。そうか、そなたなのか。よくぞ来てくれた。
Beato realized who and what Leon was. The two of them stared at each other's faces, as though looking at their own face in a mirror. As though looking at their own face in the mirror. It literally is a mirror.
俺はウィラード。あんたの知らないゲームで巻き込まれたただの通りすがりだ。
彼は私と同じ大法院の異端審問官です。優秀でしたが、もう引退を。
Yep. Even in retirement, he gets caught up in this shit.
そうか。ドラノールの友人なら悪いやつじゃないな。ようこそ。歓迎するぜ。
この二人は一体どこから？
ベルンが連れてきて駒にしたのよ。用済みにされて潰されかけたところを私が預かったの。
Hell yeah, Lamb the Delta. That's awesome.
後味が悪いのは嫌だって青々に言われてね。
Ow ow. Oh, Featherine, yeah. Willard is cool. He is definitely cool. Willard is cool.
大丈夫であるわ。もし万一ベルンカステル教がここに来るようなことがあったら。
このゲーム版の上では私の駒よ。こんなところでひょっこり再会したらあの子がどんな表情を浮かべるか見てみたくて。
I forgot, Lamb the Delta has like a weird love-hate relationship with Burn Castle.
よくわからんな。性悪なことを考えて連れてきたってことは理解したぜ。
私の手土産はこれで終わり。あとはのんびりくつろがせてもらうわ。
Alright. Something devious is about to happen.
じゃあ、あとはホストのあんたに譲るわね。
さあ、バトラ教。
あなたが告げなきゃ始まらない。
Oh?
今宵の長きにわたるゲームのお疲れ様パーティーの始まりよ。
Hell yeah.
諸君、静粛に。我らが領主バトラ教のお言葉であるぞ。
Ooh, speech. Will was supposed to be the antagonist of Part 8, getting corrupted by Burn. They did not want to go with it because Will was too popular. Oh, okay. Interesting. So he was supposed to be an antagonist in this part. Okay, that's a really interesting, storyline. But how would that affect his characterization if he's an antagonist? Because he was... I don't know if I could imagine him going against the game. I don't know why, but I just can't see him going against the game, to be honest. Or, going against Beatrice and Balor, because I would assume that Beatrice and Balor would be the protagonists. Unless there was like a twist where what Balor and Beatrice was actually an antagonist to what Ange was going for? I'm not sure. I just don't see Will being an antagonist, though. Even though I would love to actually see like alternative Uminekos with like ideas that they were thinking about going with, but didn't go with in the end. One of those ideas, I believe, was like, I think Natsu was supposed to have an affair with Goda, but the writing team did not feel comfortable with that sort of storyline for Natsu and Goda. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I remember reading someone online talking about that. Sounds like out of nowhere to me. It must have been defined before the end of episode 7. Yeah, because it feels like Willard being an antagonist would be just... I don't know, I just don't feel like that would be in his characterization from what we saw in episode 7. Oh, we got the confirmation. Beatil soaked and handed Battler a glass of champagne. Come to think of it, everyone had a glass in their hands now. Alright, well, I have a drink. Not even for one drink, Rosa. Angie got to drink some. Wait, did she say champagne? Wait, I thought it was champagne. Maybe that's an American pronunciation, champagne? Because I think Maria just said champagne. Did she? Or am I going crazy? Renove motion towards the center of the room. When Balor stepped forward, everyone silently awaited his words. Unfortunately for you, Maria is closer to the correct pronunciation. Ah! I did an Americanism. Fuck! Okay, I grew up around people saying champagne, so I thought it was champagne. Okay, how do you actually... Okay, now I'm gonna do a quick side tangent. How do you actually pronounce, champagne? I'm looking this up before I continue to butcher it because I'm now just curious. Champagne... wait, no, that's campaign. Champagne... pronunciation. Okay, I'm getting a lot of the English. Hold on. Champagne. According to the British pronunciation, champagne. Champagne. Baby? I'm trying to find the best place to find that. Champagne. I don't know if it's champagne. Oh, I got a message. Oh, it's just my poll results. Champagne. Guess it might be champagne. The nya is more silent, but yes. Okay, champagne. I'm trying to, make the nya more silent. Champagne. Champagne. Champagne? Champagne? Champagne. Champagne. I'll figure out as I continue, saying it and just using it in vernacular. Yeah.
よく集まってくれたな、みんな。長かった俺とベアとのゲームはこれで全ておしまいだ。これまで駒としてプレイヤーとしてあるいはゲームマスターとして関わってきたみんなを今宵は招待させていただいた。どうか明けぬ夜を存分に楽しんでほしい。
Woo! Cheers. Kanpai! Everyone raised their glasses to the heavens as they cheered, and afterward, the soft sound of glasses clinking together rang out across the room. I don't have any champagne glasses, but I do have wine glasses if we want some Foley sound. Though I don't drink on streams, really. I actually don't drink that often anymore. It just makes me feel sick. Ooh. Sorry. The fly is right next to my microphone. Hopefully people don't hear the buzzing of the fly in the room. Tom needs to do his job soon. My cat Tom, he needs to do his job. End of Umineko, did you like it? That's okay, no, there's more to the game. There is more to the game. Even though I really do enjoy it. I really am enjoying it, but I don't think this is the end just yet. Only I was apart from all that fun noise. Maybe that was what did it. Before I realized it, my cheeks were wet with tears. Oh. Are you fucking kidding me? No. No. I was lying on the sofa, covered by a blanket. Rikishi, you bastard. You bastard, Rikishi. Oh, that is... No. Poor Ange. I can just barely remember getting sleepy and falling asleep in a chair. Someone probably carried me here. Yeah, nothing happened that night in Rokonjima. They just partied all night without Ange. That is so messed up. Someone probably carried me here. No. I can't actually hear them, but I get the feeling that everyone's still in the hall, having a good time. No. I want to go there too. No. I will go. Over there. It's what I've wanted all along, but I never took the first step. I'll go to where everyone is. My head still feels hazy, so there aren't any complicated thoughts in my mind. But that's okay. It's okay if my head's empty. I'll be together with everyone. It's going to be empty. The room is going to be empty. I'll go to where they are. That's all that matters. I got up from the sofa and put on my shoes. Let's go. To where everyone is. The parlor door was shut. Fuck! It's going to be empty. It is going to be empty. I tried to open it, but maybe because of my clumsiness, I couldn't get it open. Oh, maybe she won't be able to get in. It was a bit creepy, as though the bad dream I just had was still going on. She's locked in. My good mood grew darker and darker. The knob that locks or unlocks the door is on this side. If I twist it, I should be able to lock or unlock it. It's a locked door mystery. What happened at the party? I turned it. door won't open. This reminds me of episode 6 so hard right now with the locked room. Did I accidentally lock it just now? I turned it. The door won't open. It didn't open the last time, so it should have opened this time. I don't have a clue how I'm supposed to turn it to unlock the door. I kept on alternating between the lock and roughly twisting the doorknob. I began to get irritated, wondering why they locked me away behind such an inconvenient door. Eventually, I ran out of patience and pounded hard on the door, but that noise didn't bring anyone to me. Why am I locked up in a place like this, all alone? Everyone else is having a fun party, right there in the hall. Let me out of here. At that moment, a cold wind blew past me. No. Oh no. Sometimes when you're alone in a party, the only one to keep you company is the cat. Ange trapped on logic error. Uh-oh. Also, I do need to use the restroom real quick, so I'm going to do a quick intermission, but I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Hi everyone. Hello, Kingumori Shutensatsu. Yep, I just got back from a bathroom break. Wait, is there music here? Oh, there is music here. Huh. Yeah, there is music here. Interesting. Well, I think the cat is about to talk with Ange, the evil cat. At that moment, a cold wind blew past me. The wind rippled through my hair. Wind? Inside? I turned around to find the window curtain waving about. Oh? There was a sound like scraping or crying. At some point, the double window had opened outwards toward the darkness. The icy wind that came through it told me that this window was the only exit from this room. Oop! Cat eyes. Cat eyes. It is, for sure, Bird Castle. Huh? I suddenly realized that the darkness beyond the open window was glaring at me, and my heart leapt. You know my analogy of the golden eyes, like the yellow eyes in the dark corner of a party at my house? Yeah, literally, that analogy fits really well right here. A cute sound rang out. Yep, it's a cat. I finally understood. That sound was a cat's bell. It is. It is for sure. Bird Castle. The glaring emerald eyes in the darkness were those of a cat standing in the open window. It's pitch black. Luxuriant. I believe that's that word. Luxuriant fur left only the eyes visible, blending in with the darkness easily. Did the Ushiramiya family own a cat? It has a bell on it, so it can't be a stray. It's a cat someone owns. At any rate, the cat was standing by the window and staring straight at me.
あなたは誰？
Of course, the cat didn't answer my question. I didn't think it was a cute cat, but I thought it might be trying to tell me something. So I approached it slowly. As I did, the cat did an about face, turning its back to me. That sounds like cat behavior. Then, it turned its head to look at me, almost as though it was telling me to follow it. And it leapt down into the darkness, leaving the jingle of its bell behind. When I peeked out the window, I saw the cat waiting for me under the pounding rain. I finally realized this window was the only exit out of this closed room parlor. The cat must have come to tell me that. The longer I kept standing around here, the longer the cat will have to wait in the rain. That's no good. It'll catch a cold. It'll catch cold. I climbed up onto the windowsill and went out the window. The wind was strong, and the rain was cold, but I didn't get as wet as I thought I would. I might have been in the mansion's shadow. When the cat saw that I was outside, it walked along the wall of the mansion as if guiding me. It quickly disappeared into the blackness, but every now and then it would turn around and set the bell jingling to let me know it was there. Eventually, a window with light seeping out came into view. It was the window to the hall. When I peeked inside, I saw everyone having a good time. I couldn't hear their voices, but they were all right there. I pounded on the window, but no one heard. Maybe the window was really thick, or maybe it was just noisy inside. Or it might have been so dark outside that I blended in with the darkness. Ange is going to be jumping. Jumping? From where? In any event, no matter how much I hit the window, it didn't look as though anyone noticed. By this point, my loneliness was giving way to anger. Oh, I think that's like the third stage of the 5 stages of grief. Or is it the second? I think it's the second. It might be third, actually. It's either the second or third. Oh. There's a dog in my backyard. Oh, that's interesting. It's obviously not a stray. Is the owner nearby? Hold on, sorry for the distraction. There is a dog outside the window. And hoping the owner's nearby. It's literally walking towards my house. Is it lost? Okay, no, I see the owner. Okay, I think that's the owner. Okay, yeah, that's the owner. Okay. I was getting a little worried there. I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah, no, I saw a dog wandering in my backyard, so I'm like, yeah, no, that's the owner. The dog's running right to him. Okay. I was about to get a little bit worried. Like, I was about to pause the stream real quick just to, see if I could find the dog's owner, but it seems like the dog is by its owner. Huh. It must be really interested in something in my yard. I mean, there are snakes in my yard sometimes, so I might have saw one of the snake holes. I'm just glad no snake attacked that dog, because that could be a problem. he was looking for he was looking for the Umineko stream. Yes, he's a huge Umineko fan. Why don't you notice me? That could apply both to Angie, to her family, or that dog outside my window. Why did you lock me up in that room all alone? I've had enough. I'll get inside somehow and yell at everyone. When the cat realized I had given up knocking on the window, it led me onwards with another jingle. But just where is this cat going? I know it's following the wall of the mansion, but that's not the way to the front door. The front door might be locked. I'm sure the cat knows a way into the mansion, and is leading me there. Away from the lights seeping from the hall, and towards the blackness lit only dimly by the lights of the garden. The cat and I continued to walk. Don't follow the bell, Angie. Oh no. Oh no! Something's not fun's gonna happen to Angie, I think. Then, I found it. An open window. Ooh, I do not look forward to what's on the other side of the open window. The cat stood below it, and looked between me and the window, as though telling me to go inside. When I walked closer to pick the cat up, it slipped away from my hands and flew into the bushes in a nearby flower bed. Then, as though it really had melted away into the darkness inside the bush, all traces of it vanished. No matter how much I strained my ears, I couldn't hear the sound of that bell. Suddenly, the wind changed directions, and the rain started to hit me fiercely. I can't stay in a place like this forever. Thanks, I prefer meatballs. Oh no. No! I climbed up onto the windowsill and entered the room. Then, the window silently shut and locked itself. Good. That saves me the trouble of doing it myself. The room was completely dark. However, as my eyes got used to the darkness, I was able to make out a few things. It was a large room. There was a long table and many chairs. Dining hall? It was. The dining hall? Yep, okay, yeah, it is the dining hall. Perhaps because I realized this and relaxed, it quickly became hard for me to make out details. I searched blindly along the wall for the light switch. Then, finally, I felt a familiar shape. Wouldn't it be annoying if I pushed this and the light didn't come on? Why would you think that? It's not going to come on, is it? Oh, it did. In fact, it was nearly the opposite, and an inordinately bright light filled the dining hall and made my eyes hurt. I slowly opened my tightly shut eyes. And then, why is one side of the room dark? I saw the state the room was in. Oh, it's in a mess. It's in a mess. Ah, first Twilight! The dining hall was covered with blood. Here and there were humans lying on the floor. First Twilight! Then, I realized that two of the people were my own parents. First Twilight. Damn. Oh. Hell yeah. Okay, cool song's playing at least. I wonder if they're all just playing a game right now and Ange is getting caught up in it. The hall was alive with a mingling of humans and the magical illusions who lived on this island. At first, everyone stayed with their own groups, too nervous to mingle. However, as time passed, people started to move around, and both halves began to chat happily together.
とにかく言うことを聞かないのよね、基本的に。
Oh?
リーダーシップが大事だと思うんや。
Okay, this is a combination I was not expecting.
背中で語らにゃ部下はついてこんでいい。
Okay.
それでついてくる部下なら問題はないのだが、一筋縄ではいかん。
Huh. Okay, this is an interesting conversation. Hideyoshi, Chester, 00, and Lucifer.
とにかくね、部下には舐められたらおしまいなの。
And Rosa! Oh my god, okay!
たまには小さなミスをわざとらしくみんなの前で大声で叱責するのも大事だわ。
Okay.
そんなのダメ。みんなに怖がられるだけ。リーダーはみんなの模範にならなきゃダメだよ。リーダーたるものはね。うんぬんかんぬん、うんぬんかんぬん。
Vegeta Lion? Vegeta Lion? What's the theory? Wait, what's the theory? Worst managers ever. I can imagine Rudolph moving around. Yeah. This was after several rounds of drinks have gone by, and everyone was unnaturally focused on the conversation. Yeah, people are literally like blushing and crying during this conversation too. They're drunk.
キリエ
Oh,
どう
okay.
してキリエは嫉妬すればするほど強くなるの？
人聞き悪いことを言わないで。私は欲しいものを逃さない。それを常に実践してるだけなんだから。
Okay.
さあさあ、お待たせしました。まだまだお料理は続きますよ。
Please tell me he's working with Goda. Hell yeah! Oh, he's not working with Goda.
勝手に当家のパーティーを仕切って。しかし悔しいですが、身のこなしすべてに隙がありません。
Come on, Goda. Train under him so that you become the magical Goda chef.
どこのホテルで修行を。
He did not even have to train at a hotel, man. It's just magic.
仕方ないわよ。ロノイ様は完璧マジンだもん。
Maybe grow a mustache, Goda. Grow a mustache.
でも私はゴーダの方が好きよ。
You know what? You have a fan. You have a fan, Goda. You're not perfect, but you have a fan.
これ焼き加減最高だってば。
Hell yeah. You know what? Congrats, Goda. Congrats, Goda. The seven sisters had blended into the party perfectly, and they were making things interesting.
しかしですな、バンダイン20足で否定されつつも、名作と呼ばれるミステリーは数多くありますぞ。
Oh, please tell me he's talking with Eleanor.
別に否定してるわけじゃない。
Okay, he's talking with Will.
ミステリーなんて所詮は娯楽。
Goda happy ending. He deserves one. He deserves one.
楽しんだもん勝ちだ。
あのウィザードハンティングライトも随分と丸くなったものと知るものなり。
文学も娯楽も時代に応じて作法が変わることもあります。
He ain't wrong.
推理小説もまた同じということでしょう。
Everyone chimed in on Will's theory of mystery novels. There is no shortage of things to talk about.
確かに
新人の心構えはそうあるべきだ。
What is Klaus talking about? What is Klaus talking about? I'm worried.
だがそれではいつまでも中堅にはなれんね。
I do not. No. I don't know if I'm gonna trust anything you say, man.
しかしながら規則は遵守すべきものであると知りたまえ。
You see, Cornelia. Have you ever imagined these interactions in the game? No, I have not. I have not. Like, Klaus talking with Cornelia? No, I have not. Also, going back to what I was saying about Klaus. Klaus's response to Cornelia. Well, you see, Cornelia. Sometimes regulations are not the same as written rules. And if it's not written, then it's technically not something that needs to be enforced. Moon tourism.
そんなものは新しき新人が守ればいい。
It's time to start bending rules.
規則など新人用のテンプレートであることを忘れてはならんぞ。
Experienced workers knows how to bend these rules.
そういうことだ。
Oh crap! The two worst people to talk about this with. Oh, especially Rudolph.
ルールの外での働き方を覚えて、ようやく一人前なんだぜ。
I mean, he ain't wrong though.
ルールに縛られてるうちはまだまだ半人前だな。
Say that to the court. Yeah, say that to the court, Rudolph.
私、仕事を人に譲るのも耐えられないの。私は強欲のママ。仕事はみんな私が独り占めにしちゃうわ。
Huh, okay.
あなたいい根性じゃない。
Is Ava about to give Mammon a job offer?
煉獄の七姉妹ってお給金どのくらい？
Oh my god. Oh my god, Ava wants to hire her.
うちの主人の会社に入りなさいよ。推薦して。
Oh, that's awesome. The humans and the illusions were now very much on casual terms.
なるほど。これが魔女の世界のお作法なのですか。
Okay, this interaction I was not expecting. Say that to the wise with those two. That's a good one too. That's a really good one.
カップのお茶をお皿に垂らし、両手の手のひらをテーブルに押し付けて、お皿のお茶を犬みたいにチューチュー吸うのが我々のお作法に。
I want to know the context of this conversation. What is the context? How did this come about? Was she doing it? Also, out of context, if you take this screenshot and someone doesn't know about Umineko, literally just hearing someone say, "Get away from her, Satan," is so funny out of context. Mama's here. Where is Ange? I know. I want to see Mama talk with Ange at least one more time. Oh, damn. Huh. Did Leon also pinch Chester 410 in the butt? Oh my god. Did they really just pinch them in the butt? 410 started yelling about animal abuse. I forgot she is a bunny. She is a rabbit. 410 started yelling about animal abuse, jumping around in circles and holding her butt. Okay, so Leon did pinch her butt. Who else is left for Asmodeus to talk with? Who would you be talking with about that?
恋をしたらマリアも素敵なお姫様になれるかな。
I don't know if I want Asmodeus to talk with Maria about this. Asmodeus, I don't think you should be talking with Maria about that. My cat currently trying to steal my food and create chaos. Yeah, cats do that. I wish you the best of luck, Sartant. Good luck, man.
なれるとも。
It's at least good that Beatrice is talking with Maria, but I don't know if Asmodeus should be talking with Maria about love right now.
恋は奇跡だ。パワーだ。ミネラルだ。
A mineral? Okay. Pure and trusting.
無敵の力を与えてくれるのだ。愛は色欲なんだよって言ってた人が何か言ってるわ。
Oh, please do not tell me they're in the same conversation with Maria.
毎晩色欲三昧に違いないぞ。
Oh my god, they're talking about Beatrice with Balor, I think.
えい、黙れ。
The circle surrounding Beato was always a lively one.
わかるよ、その気持ち。
Oh, who's Caron talking with?
僕たちは誰かに命令されて初めて。
Okay, it's Delnor. I'm calling it. It's Delnor. Ooh.
命令がないと不安なんです。
Okay, that's a very interesting combination here. I mean, it makes sense though.
誰か私に何か命じてください。じゃないと死んじゃいます。
You know, if bunnies feel, you know, kinkso. Kinkso? Kinkso. Coming from Kinzo, that last remark is, well, I agree with that, but Kinkso? You know what? You get an award today. You are being, highlighted in the corner of the screen for that one. You are being highlighted for at least 10 minutes in the corner of the screen for Kinkso. I hope you're glad of yourself, Fack. I'm calling you out directly because Kinkso. Kinkso? Are you kidding me? Kinkso. I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm losing my fucking mind. Kinkso. Kinkso. Oh, I'm calling you out for that one. I'm calling you out for that one. What? Oh my god. Kinkso? Sorry. No. You can't go back from that one. You can't go back from that one. You're being highlighted on the corner of the screen. It's so funny. It is so funny. Yeah, no, I have to admit, that is actually pretty funny, Kinkso. Be proud that you're in the corner of shame today. Be proud you're in the corner of shame. You're in the corner of shame for right now. Congratulations, Fack. You're in the corner of shame. You're gonna be in the corner of shame for 10 minutes. Oh, you only did this to yourself. Oh, okay, let me join this conversation.
絶対の意志を持たないとダメよ。私が人間やってた頃はそりゃがむしゃらに生きてたわよ。
When you were a human. Now, which human are you, Lambda Delta? I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of people like arguing about Lambda Delta, who she was in the past, because yeah, you know, Lambda Delta does mean, I think in the spelling or something with Lambda Delta, I know it means 34 in some degree. I think it's Greek maybe. I don't remember fully, but Lambda Delta 34. You know who else? You know who else means 34? Mio Takano. Mio Takno. Lambda Delta. Mio. Well, I'm gonna let the comments, continue with that one if they want to. A bit shakily, Lambda Delta started talking about her theory of life. Oh, I actually want to hear this one. Apparently, she's also had her fair share of champagne. Who's Delta talking with? I'm interested. Oh, Shannon. Okay, we haven't heard from her yet. Oh no. Is Delner having some champagne? Okay, good. Okay, you know what? That's very good. I have a crush on Takano. I'm sure I could fix her. Okay, Tomotage. Have fun with that. Hopefully you don't have an itch on your neck. Delnor is probably one of the most responsible people at this party. Shannon will do? Battler came back into the hall. He was searching for a servant, and the first one his eyes met was Shannon. No! Well, a shame replacement would probably die in the process. Well, shame replacement is not as bad as Kingso, please. I'm sorry, Fack, but it's not been your 10 minutes yet, so any other cursed comments are nullified until your 10 minutes is up. I'm sorry, that's just the rule of the Corner of Shame. I'm sorry, man. Oh, but I do have to say, Zartan, it almost is as bad as Kingso. Not to get top Kingso at this point. The I have a crush on Takano, I'm sure I can fix her, is pretty far up there, to be honest. Also, no, Battler. Also, you have 5 minutes left in the Corner of Shame, by the way. Battler and Shannon left the hall together. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck! God, that scared me. In the hall, Lambda Delta started suggesting that they all have another quiz tournament together. Ooh, okay. Apparently, the Witch of Certainty would be handing out prizes. Oh. Everyone seemed enthusiastic about the idea. Smiling contently at the ensuing uproar, Battler headed towards the parlor. I kind of want to see that, actually. Hold on. I know Ange's important, but can we see this quiz tournament? What do you think will happen this episode? Well, I know Burn Castle's up to something, like the mischievous cat is going to do something. So I feel like everyone's probably going to be facing against Burn Castle, trying to do one last, troll on Ange. But this time everyone's going to try to protect Ange, maybe. Maybe through Battler's game. However, Ange's stuck in Burn Castle's new torture. So they might have to, try to break Ange out of this torture. Maybe. There's gonna be a face-off between Battler and Burn Castle. Like, one final hurrah for those two. I at least believe that's gonna happen. In terms of Ange... Ooh. Okay, that would be interesting. What will Angie be doing in this episode? I think for Angie, I think Angie's going to come into a realization, maybe through the torture of Berncastle's game. She's going to have to think, yes, my family could be loving like Balor's trying to present to me. However, they're also, not saints. Like, I think in this episode, Angie might come into a realization that it's up to her to see how she views her family after the Rokenjima incident. Like, were they, truly evil? Were they good and misunderstood? I think she's going to, explore the complexities of thought that comes to, the perception of, her family after an incident as traumatic and, as devastating as this for her. I think she's going to come into her own conclusions or get into the mindset of, potential recovery from the trauma that she faced when she was 6 years old upon hearing her family's demise. At least I think that's going to be Angie's storyline. Her coming into the acceptance of she needs to, find her own path in believing what she wants to believe for the Rokenjima incident, instead of trying to find one truth to either exonerate or, expose what truly happened. In this episode, Angie's going to find a way to, come to her own conclusions and her own truth about what happened to her family. At least that's what I think is going to be happening in this episode. Now, I can't confirm or deny, this is going to be the direction, but I at least think Angie's going to have some self-realization, as well as, we're going to get one final cool battle with everyone versus Berncastle. Because Berncastle, after the shit you're pulled in episode 7, I want to see you lose. I want to see, I don't know, Bam Delta shove it in your face saying, haha, you're a loser or something. I don't know. I don't know, but let's go ahead and see what happens. And also, yeah, it's basically almost been 10 minutes. Yeah, no, it's been 10 minutes. So, Kinkso is now off the corner of shame, and now anyone who says something curse will get into the corner of shame if I deem it to be cursed enough. And it has to happen naturally. You can't force the cursed comments. You cannot force them. It has to come up naturally.
開けてよろしいですか？
寝ていたら悪いからとノックはしなかったんだが、鍵をかけたってことは起きたって証拠だしな。一度ノックするか。
Balor knocked on the door and called Angie's name. However, there was no response from the other side. He pressed his ear against the door, listening carefully, but there was no hint of Angie unhappily throwing a cushion at it.
一通りへそを曲げてからまた寝ちまったのかもな。
Oh no, you should probably try going in there to see that she's gone, and then maybe go to look for her.
開けてくれるか。
Okay, at least they're going to check.
かしこまりました。
Shannon took out her master key and unlocked the door. Then, she stepped back to let Balor go through.
エンジェ、入るぞ。
Speaking a quiet voice to avoid waking Angie if she was asleep, Balor opened the door. Then, just as the door was opened, a chilly breeze drifted by. The breeze, which felt like outside air, immediately caught the attention of the pair, and they looked at each other. It could be seen at a glance that Angie wasn't in the parlor. The curtains on the wide-open window fluttered about.
エンジェ。エンジェ。
A blanket lay crumpled up on the sofa. It sat there, just as Angie had left it after waking up. The blanket was slightly warm. Clearly, she had been here until a short while ago.
エンジ様、いらっしゃいませんか？
Oh no! She obviously wasn't playing hide and seek. Angie was nowhere to be seen in the parlor. Balor peered out the open window into the rainy blackness. So she slipped out the window in this rain and went where?
エンジ様は窓から出て行かれたというのでしょうか？
I don't think there's any other answer to that one.
寝ぼけるにもちょいと程があるな。
She couldn't have left from the main entrance, so she probably doesn't have an umbrella. It was very hard to imagine a reason Angie It's very hard to imagine a reason Angie might have for going outside in this weather. A reason Angie might have. Oh, there we go. That okay, yeah. Cat got your sister. Yep, Cat did get your sister. It was very hard to imagine a reason Angie might have gone for going outside in this weather. A reason Angie might have for going out. Oh my god. Oh my god, this sentence is hard to read for some reason. It was very hard to imagine a reason Angie might have for going outside in this weather. Okay, when people say that English is a hard language to learn, this sentence is a very good example of how hard it is to read. Even for someone whose, first language is English. That is hard for me to fucking read for some reason. I guess it's just the way that it's, laid out and the way that I'm trying to read it. I don't know. This sentence bothers me for some reason. I have a bad feeling about this. This shouldn't be happening. I'm the game master of this game board. So why are we in a situation that the game master can't understand? Maybe because you're not the game master. A large bolt of lightning lit up the surrounding area for an instant, but I was unable to see any trace of Angie. Fuck. Oh no.
じゃあ次は私が問題を出す番ね。ワンホールの3分の1のケーキと4分の1のケーキと5分の1のケーキがお皿に乗ってるの。ワンホールを食べるのに30分かかるとして、食べ終わった時お皿にケーキはいくつあるでしょう？
Wait, what? You have a third of a cake, a quarter of a cake, and a fifth of a cake on a plate. It takes 30 minutes to eat one whole cake, so how much is left on the plate when you're finished eating? So wait, a third of a cake, a quarter of a cake, a fifth of a cake? Who told her that joke? Wait, which joke? Oh, shit! Okay. I don't know if if I was going to, solve that riddle or if it was, solvable. But I'm very curious to see what's going on here. At that moment, there was a roar of thunder and the lights flickered. The cheery voices vanished in an instant, like candles being blown out. Burn. Burn. Amidst the silence, one voice rang out and answered Lambda's riddle. The cat has appeared. The crowd parted, and the form of a girl, a 1,000-year-old witch, came into view. She had been invited. She was an official guest, holding an invitation to this party. Ooh, okay. She has a quiz for everyone. Where's Angie? The cat ate the cake. Yep, the cat really did eat the cake. As Burncastle spoke, she looked around at everyone. She stared at Leon and Will with an unnerving smile on her face, but she seemed to lose interest. Man, You pull out a knife and it'll get stuck in this tension. I am sure Byrne has interesting ideas about leadership. She should discuss with Rosa, Lucifer, Hideyoshi, and 00. Ooh, that's... You know, I like that idea, Zartan. I like that. Party is over. Yep, I agree with you, Fuck. The party is over.
なるほど。これは奇跡というわけだ。うまいことを言うじゃない。何をみんな静まり返っているの？パーティーでしょ。わざとらしいくらいに賑やかにしてちょうだい。それとも私を沈黙で迎えるという余興なの？
今度はお前の番だ。
何を？
バトラはどこだとお前は尋ねた。だから俺はここだと答えた。次はお前の番だ。
何の話だ？何かあったのか？
エンジが消えた。ゲームマスターの俺にさえどこに行ったかわからない。
そんなバカな。これはそなたのゲームであろう？そんなことがあるわけがない。
エンジが消えたのがゲームマスターバトラのシナリオでないならばゲームマスターが他にいることになるわね。
I wonder who the other game master is.
そのようなことがあるというのか？私も驚いてるよ。胸がすくような楽しいゲームを始めようとゲーム版を広げたら、全く同時にバトラもおかしなゲームを始めていたというわけ。ゲームマスターが2人なんておかしなこともあるものね。
She must be having a lot of fun right now.
それはつまりお前がエンジをどこかに隠したと認めたということだな。
そうなるな。ゲームマスターのバトラの描いていないシナリオが生み出せるのはもう一人のゲームマスター殿しかいないということになるのだから。
So wait, is there like two versions of everyone running around in this game board now? Oh my god, that is so fucked.
パーティーを盛り上げる催しの準備ってやつ。ラムダたちはクイズ大会で楽しく盛り上がってたわね。だから私もそれに加わることにしたわ。
エンジェはその人質のつもりというわけか。
そういうことよ。バトラ、ベアとあなたたちにゲームを挑みたいの。拒否権はないわ。
Well, yeah, because you have a fucking hostage.
エンジが大事な妹ならね。
Oh, that's cold. That is so cold.
何が望みだ。
あんたとベアとを巡るゲームで私はラムダと賭けをしていた。それには私は負けたことを認めなくてはならない。少なくともラムダにはね。ベルンってドライそうに見えてなかなか執念深いのね。つまりこういうことでしょ。私には負けたけど。
Ah, okay. It seemed as though Burncastle might smile. However, she didn't. Those cold eyes spoke without words. Balor understood. He had played so many games against Beato. Those games had been a wordless message from Beato. So he knew. He understood.
俺たちと勝負したい。
Indeed.
そういうことか。
恐ろしい敵であるぞ。
But with the power too, you may be able to defeat Berncastle herself. You have defeated the great detective Erika Furuno before.
だが引けない。
I wonder if Will will, join them for like, a triple team up.
分かっておる。エンジェル、ベルンカステル教のおもちゃにさせるわけにはいかぬ。
Hell yeah. Beato understood as well. She understood why Berncastle was looking for one final battle.
ベルンが正々堂々となんてね。
笑え
どうして？
ば。ありがとう。
Lambda Delta understood as well. Before the tale of Battler and Beato ended, before everything was locked away in the cat box, Berncastle would finally move from the audience to the stage. The witch, who had hidden off to the side of the stage, unwilling to come out into the light, would now show that she had the courage to step forward onto the stage itself. As a friend, Lambda Delta showed that she understood Berncastle's human emotions, which had given her this courage.
私にできることは？
Oh, are you gonna work with Berncastle?
私のゲームの立ち会い人をお願い。
Okay. Okay. Bern never was the game master for her own game. Episode 7 doesn't really count. Okay. I mean, I kind of thought she was leading that one, but she might have not been, actually. Yeah, she might have not been. I'm not for sure, though.
いいわよ。そのゲームに参加したら、エンジを解放することを約束できるならね。
当然であるぞ。その約束がないならば、そなたの茶番に付き合う義理などない。義理はないけど、エンジは戻らないわよ。
Oh?
ならばそなたは負け犬の楽園を数百年間のんびり楽しむこととなろうぞ。
ベアト、挑発はよせ。引けない勝負だ。
Now that a hostage had been taken, their ability to negotiate had disappeared. However, Lambda Delta was agreeing to become an observer if that would make Berncastle promise to release Ange. Okay, that's actually a really good thing, actually. Like, Lambda Delta is concerned for Ange. Unless she held Berncastle to a promise like that, the latter would have nothing to lose. To make this final fight, Berncastle wanted a proper one. Lambda Delta made her agree to this. Imagine this is a play and a cat just dragging Ange off the stage. I would like to assume, like, it's just like, just a cat, like a normal sized black cat, just, grabbing the collar of a sleeping, child, just like slowly backing up while dragging her away. Just like do a slow backup walk. Like, it's not, the cat's turning around, it's just like backing up. Lambda Delta is pretty fair. I do agree with that. I actually really agree with Lambda Delta being fair. And I am liking Berncastle agreeing to the promise. When the game ends, I'll release Ange. Got it. Okay. Okay, she will release at the end of the game, so it doesn't mean that Balor and Beato have to win for her to be released. However, her condition on a release has not been stated. Bern's mystery is pretty easy. Okay. I'm probably not going to be able to solve it, but we'll see.
私の顔に泥を塗らないでよ。私、書かされた恥は絶対に相手を後悔させるまで許さないんだから。
Some people are blind here, just in case. Lambda Delta spoke in a soft, threatening tone. However, Burncastle laughed lightly, as though the look on Lambda Delta's face was merely cute. Lambda Delta whistled and grinned. Apparently, this was the most reliable oath Burncastle could utter. May this game begin. Lambda Delta nodded, looked between Battler and Burncastle, and spoke. He won't see the purple truths because he is. Oh fuck. Oh my god, that was good. Oh man, that was good. Oh god, that was good. Oh man. That joke has multiple meanings too, because I believe it's blue truth, but if there's like an additional purple truth, I would not be able to tell between if it's purple or blue. First Twilight, the sixth part of Michael's logs. Oh man. All right, well, let's see what happens. Will I get a health thing go in the middle of the stream? A little too honest. Lambda Delta nodded, looked between Battler and Burncastle, and spoke. Battler and Beato nodded at each other, then nodded at Lambda Delta to show their determination. Battler vaguely remembered her speaking to him, somewhere in an unconscious world he couldn't recall. At the time, it had sounded like she was giving him advice for his fight with Beato. But thinking back on it, there was a bit more to it than that. She might have been a cat fighting from the sidelines, too scared to go out into the bright sunlight. So I had a vague premonition that, eventually, we would stand opposed to each other on the game board in some way. Without an optometrist, the truth cannot be seen. Ah! I have to say, chat's been very good today. Like, these jokes are really funny. They're so good.
エリカはお前の優秀な駒で俺の好敵手だった。その最後を見取らず忘却の深淵に葬ったお前を俺は許さない。
どうしろというの？エリカに謝れと？
エリカを忘却の深淵から救え。
Hell yeah.
そしてこのパーティーに招け。
Come on. Come on. Do it.
エリカを救え？
Burn Castle.
わらわもバトラに同じだ。あやつは敵方の駒なれど、その役割に忠実であったに過ぎぬ。好敵手なくしてゲームは成立せぬ。敵であることは変わらぬわ。我らの大切な友人だ。あれだけあんたたちを苦しめたのに。
Come on. Do it.
俺たちはフェアに戦った。勝敗が互いの運命を分けた。決闘を交わした俺たちは
It takes two eyes to create a sight. Two eyes to create a sight. Rest in peace, Zerika.
ベルンも友人になりたいのよね。だからベルンもフェアに戦いたくなったんでしょ。
笑えば笑わぬ。
むしろ歓迎だ。
人質を取ってるのに。
取らなきゃお前は舞台に出られなかったんだろ。
There had been no need to take a hostage. Balor and Beato had been more than willing to accept this final duel, if Burncastle wished it. It was hard to make out anything from Burncastle's silent expression.
いいの？
Oh. Oh.
何が？
エリカを深淵から
Yes!
解放する。
I was so excited that I accidentally pressed the menu screen.
よく決意したな。
Oh, I'm excited for her triumphant return. For someone as proud as Burncastle, forgiving the peace who had caused her defeat should have been nearly unbearable. Balor knew this, so he realized how much this bit of compassion had cost Burncastle. Burncastle snapped her fingers, and a black cat slipped out of her shadow.
深淵の奥底に存在に放り投げたから
Oh?
到着は遅れるかもしれない。構わぬ。料理も酒も決して尽きることはないのだから。おゆき、子猫。
Go get her.
あの子をここに案内しなさい。
Hell yeah. Hell to the fuck yeah. You know what? I kind of want Erika to join up with Balor and Beato to defeat Burncastle once and for all. When she gave this order, the cat melted into the darkness, its bell jingling.
まさかあんたがエリカを許すなんてね。
許す気はないの。だからもう私の駒じゃない。誰かが拾えば？
Lambda?
あんただってリオンたちを拾ったわけだし。
ベルンカステ感謝する。
じゃあ甘ったるい時間はこれくらいでいいよ。すでに私には苦痛なの。
May the game begin.
ゲームはどこでする？ ここで賑やかにでも静かないつもの場所でもどこでも構わない。
ベルンカステル教がこれほどの大勢の前に姿を現す勇気を見せたのだ。
You know, I actually, Berncastle's been very nice and acting compassionate. I don't like that. I really do not like this, actually. Something is up. She is up to something.
これ以上いじめることもあるまいぞ。
She's up to something.
そうだな。ならば、いつものあの場所しかないだろうぜ。
ベル、問題ない？
ないわ。
ごめんね、パーティーのみんな。私たちはちょっと失敬するけれど、みんなは引き続き楽しんでいてちょうだい。ゼパル、フルフル。
Ooh, the party's gonna be very lively.
あんたたちが盛り上げてて。
Now, imagine a different cat pulling Erika onto the stage. It's a catastrophe. One cat, you know, steals Ange, and then another cat just like drags in Erika, and she's just sitting there, just like very, you know, just very like limp. And then as soon as she's up on stage, she jumps up and is as lively as ever.
エリカが来たらみんなで歓迎してあげて。
All right, I look forward to this.
ラムダデルタ教仰せのままに。
All right.
では招こうぞ。我らが思考を巡らして戦うにふさわしいいつものあの
Time to go back to old sites. When Balor snapped his fingers, space shattered. Oh, I thought that was the end of the chapter. Oop. I thought he just ended the chapter right there as soon as he snapped his fingers. Snap Umineko when they cried. Umineko no naku頃に Chiro. Like just the title screen. They were now in the smoking room of the witches. The place where the witches had once debated, schemed, and reasoned all they could. Berncastle had been invited there once again, and the final game would now begin.
ゲームの用意はあるのか？
もちろんじっくりと作り上げた自信作のゲームよ。
ゲームマスターがベルンで、バトラとベアとはプレイヤーということね。ベルンが殺人ゲームの物語を語り、プレイヤーの2人が人間のトリックで再構築できるかを挑む、いつものゲームね。
ベルンカステル教の描くシナリオがどのようなものか興味があるぞ。
俺たちが青き真実で指摘し、お前が赤き真実でそれを弾く。
Don't you mean the purple truth?
そのルールで問題ないな。
私のゲームはもっとシンプルよ。ただの犯人当てクイズ。あんたたちと赤やら青やらの攻防をやるつもりはない。
But I like the red and blue. I hope we could solve it without hints. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I have been known to be very dense when it comes to this sort of game. Although I guess the one mystery I was correct on was Kyrie being Balor's mom. I was correct on that one, so I have gotten some things correct.
それってどんなゲーム？先に見せてもらってもいい？
Berncastle held her palm upwards, and a palely glowing fragment appeared there. Lame the Delta brushed it with her hand and shut her eyes. The board.
ね、簡単なゲームでしょ。
確かに。これはバトラたちがやっていた思考ゲームに比べたらはるかに単純だわ。これはもはや魔女と人間のゲームじゃない。
Oh.
そうよ。 これはもはや人間のゲーム。
Okay, so it's a human mystery.
驚いたわ。ベアトというファンタジーと戦うためにベルンが用意したゲームが純粋なミステリーだったなんてね。
説明してくれ。
極めてシンプルよ。ベルンの用意した物語を感激する。その中にはいくつかのルールがあるけれど、それに従って読み解くことで一なる真実、すなわち回答が得られるようにできているの。
Okay. Finally, a playable mystery game at part 8.
つまり普通に推理小説だってことなのか。
Okay.
なるほど。となれば赤と青の真実のつばぜり合いなどもはや不要ということか。
In Beato's games, the argument had been about whether the story was a mystery or not. However, Berncastle's game was a mystery. There was no need to argue over that from the start.
動機もトリックも切り捨てた。
Huh. Okay, wait. Interesting.
あんたたちに求める答えはたった一点よ。
Okay.
フーダニット。
The whodunit. Ah.
なんと単純かつ。
Alright.
これ以上
Pre-theory. Pre-theory. Hold on. Pre-game theory. I'm already gonna do this. You know what? Fuck it. I'm already gonna do it right before. Angie's in the board. Berncastle's going for the most amount of damage, so somehow they're just gonna make Balor the killer. I'm gonna call it now. Balor's piece, he's gonna be the killer. Angie's in there. They wanna... Berncastle wants to fuck up Angie's brain as much as possible. She's gonna show up the possibility that Balor did it. I'm just gonna call it now. Knowing Berncastle wanted to fuck with Angie, it's gonna be something like that to, you know, really mess with her mind. That's my theory. Let's see what the game is. That is my locked-in whodunit. I don't know how I'm gonna prove this, but it's gonna be Balor. Balor's gonna be the one who's doing it because Berncastle wants to fuck with Angie.
そうだな。何の小細工もない。
And I know that Balor's not considered a detective in this game. That's why I feel like it could be him because it's not breaking a Nox rule.
ストイックなまでにシンプルな。
I mean, okay, maybe he kind of was a detective in the first 4 games, but they never defined him as one, I don't think.
これは正真正銘の決闘である。
立ち会い人として宣言するわ。このゲームは解けるようにできている。
It's made to be solvable. Okay.
つまりあんたたちの決闘の舞台として公平であることを保証する。ベル、これは老婆心だけれど本当にいいの？バトラとベアとはミステリー好きで交際を始めたのよ。私にはよくひねったシナリオだとは思えるけれど、この二人に通用するかは。
I don't know if she's going for stopping them. I think she's going for fucking up Balor's little sister's brain.
私の精一杯のシナリオが通用しないなら。
Because Angie's in the game. Angie's in the game. And she first saw her parents' dad.
大事なのはベルンカステル教が渾身の力で描いたゲームであることだ。
そうだな。それが俺たちに通じるかどうか。ただそれだけのシンプルなゲームなんだ。ラムダ、ありがとう。お前のおかげでこの決闘が正々堂々としたものであることが証明された。
どういたしまして。私も嬉しいわ。ベルンが挑むというこの貴重な戦いに立ち会わせてもらえるなんて光栄よ。
そなたを対戦相手に迎えられ わらはもう光栄だ。
私もよ。あんたを見下してた。勝負の場にでもせずにね。そんなそれまでの自分に虫唾が走る。だから決闘させて。
Alright.
受けて立とうぞ。
Let's do this.
私が勝ったら今度こそあんたを思いっきり見下してあげる。
One of my favorite parts, personally. Hope you'll like it. Ooh, I look forward to this. Yeah, I do look forward to this game.
そしてもし私が負けるなら、私がきっと忘れているに違いない。あの感情を思い出させて。
Yeah, I really do not trust Burncastle on this one because I really feel like she's not going for, winning this game. She's going for torturing Ange. I don't know why. Or maybe it's just this is her form of revenge for losing so many times. We'll have to see.
ベルンカステレ、お前が勝とうと負けようと、これだけは約束する。
Oh?
何？
この決闘が終わったら、
He's inviting her to the party. Oh, Valor's too good.
俺たちは友人だ。
Dude! I don't think she wants to be friends.
これ以上はやめて。くすぐったくて死んでしまいそう。
Amanda clapped her hands. A pleasant sound rang out.
朗読をベルンが？それとも私が引き受けようかしら？
Ooh, okay.
朗読者は不要よ。朗読の巫女は自分の口を通して物語を脚色することも歪めることもできる。
Okay.
たとえ私のゲームに小細工がなくとも、朗読の術でいくらでもそれをすることができる。
Interesting, so basically no narrator.
そうであるな。それもまたゲームマスターの権利の一つ。
あんたたちとしたい決闘はシンプルでありたいの。だから朗読者はいらない。あなたたちが自らの目と耳で物語を読みなさい。
So I'm assuming I'm not going to be narrating this one. This is a third-person objective mystery. Got it. Okay. Okay, I'm liking the sound of that.
いいの？それじゃベルに有利なことがなくなっちゃうじゃない。
This makes me further believe that Burncastle is just going for fucking up Ange's head.
わかった。朗読者はいらない。俺たちが自分で物語を読む。
朗読者がいないということは、いわゆる物語のとがきに一切の虚偽が混じらぬということか。
受けて立つぞ、ベルンカステレ。
Alright.
何の小細工もない正真正銘のミステリーの一騎打ち。
That looks really excited. I don't know how excited he's going to be upon realizing that Angie's caught up in the middle of all this.
お前の正々堂々を俺たちも正面から受け止めてやる。
ありがとう。負けないわよ、私も。
I like that from Beatrice. Like the god intended.
それではダメであるな、ベルン教よ。
ああ、そうだな。ミステリーを突きつける魔女はそんな態度じゃダメだぜ。
ダメだぜ。全然ダメだ。 I knew he was gonna say that. Burncastle, realizing what Balor and Beato were asking for, snorted. Lambda Delta nodded at her, telling her to enjoy this final duel to the fullest. Oh, she will! Damidana. Zenzen damida. And the cat's laughing.
人間と魔女が仲良く肩を並べてミステリー談義なんてバカバカしいわ。笑えるわ。あんたたちの仲良しミステリーが私の用意したミステリーに通用するかどうか試してあげる。受けてみなさい。私のミステリー。
Alright, let's fucking do this!
そうでなくては奇跡の魔女ベルンカステル教の挑戦状確かに受け取ったぞ。
さあ勝負開始だ。
Alright.
ゲームマスター後ろ宮バトラー、そして無限の魔女ベアトリーチェがお相手してやる。ぶっ飛ばされても泣くんじゃねえぞ。
Hell yeah!
食らうといいわ。これがベルンカステルのミステリー。
The mystery from the Witch of Miracle. It's going to be a miracle if Angie is not fucked up in the head after this. Burncastle took a fragment containing the game and smashed it against the table, shattering it with a brilliant light as the game scenario laid itself out. The curtain rose on the mystery Burncastle had created. Hell yeah. Umineko no naku頃に chiru. If that's the end of the chapter. Oh, it's not. Oh shit, it's not. Okay. Well, I'm going to use the restroom real quick before I continue on with this part. I need to use the restroom. I thought that was going to be the end of the chapter, so give me one moment as I run to the restroom. Alright, let's continue seeing this mystery. No sound, but that of the falling rain filled the room. It covered the tragic scene in the bloody dining hall. At some point, Angie had fainted and fallen to the floor. Now, her consciousness was slowly returning, forcing her to remember what had happened in this room. So, she reflexively averted her gaze even before the memory overtook her. 6 bodies lay in the blood-stained dining hall. Strangely enough, as her consciousness returned bit by bit, The terrifying scene before her seemed somehow less intense. This time, Ange was able to look at the 6 corpses well enough to make out who they were. It's gonna be her parents, because it mentioned her parents. First, those are my own parents. They're a pitiful sight, colored bright red by a bloody makeup. And lying next to them are Uncle Hideyoshi and Aunt Ava. Uncle Hideyoshi, the uncle who always says funny things and makes me laugh. And Aunt Ava, the aunt who seems to be so fond of me. Genji-san, the servant, is lying over there. And the one laying right here is Aunt Rosa. Okay. So, Klaus and Natsume were spared. Interesting. 6 people. A full 6 people had their lives taken from them and are lying in this room. Maybe I cried myself out before I fell unconscious. The scene before me was still terribly painful, but I was somehow able to look at it without losing my head. I'd already felt all the sadness I could at my parents' death. The next emotion that rose up inside me was a desire to check and see that everyone else was okay. In that instant, I heard a scraping sound. Just as I was about to relax again, thinking I must have imagined it, I heard the same sound again. A cat. It was probably coming from the door. Someone was clawing at the door from the outside. It's another cat. Of course, I had no way of knowing who it was. However, for some reason, I was sure that it was that black cat scratching at the door. The black cat was telling me to leave this room. I understood. I put my hand on the doorknob. Huh? I immediately noticed something odd. The door was locked. The same bad feeling I felt after being locked in the parlor crawled up my spine. However, unlike the time in the parlor, this door unlocked itself easily when I turned the knob. I unlocked it and slowly opened the door. Is it going to be another body? No, just an empty hall. Beyond the door, I could see the dimly lit hallway and a cat dashing down it away from me. Then it stopped, its emerald eyes glittering in the darkness, as though it was waiting for me to follow. The hallway was dark and wrapped in an eerie silence. When the black cat saw that I was coming, it walked forward as if guiding me. I could hear nothing except the creaking of the floor, the bell of the cat, and the sound of the storm outside. The party is being held in the hall. I should be able to hear at least a little of the noise from this hallway. It was a reasonable conclusion. Then, we finally reached the main hall. The hall was frigid, and no trace of that party remained. She's on a game board. Could all that fun have been just an illusion? The black cat's bell rang out. When I looked up, I saw that it had its feet on the stairway to the second floor, urging me to follow it. The black cat seemed to nod, then suddenly went up the stairs. Guests were allowed to go wherever they wanted on the first floor, but the second floor was Klaus's family's house, and I remember getting in trouble for trying to go up there. However, at that moment, I couldn't think of any options other than following that cat. The rain increases as Ange climbs up the stairs. I walked along the dark hallway with the black cat. Eventually, reached one of the doors. The black cat scratched at the door, then turned to look at me. must have been telling me to open it.
開けるね。
I put my hand on the doorknob and felt the resistance of a lock again. This door is locked, and I turned around to tell the cat this, but inexplicably, a single key lay right in front of the cat. Oh, interesting. Angie picked it up and stuck it in the keyhole. As she did, she finally noticed something strange with her fingertips. Blood. Somehow, Angie's fingertips had been stained with blood. She let out a short cry, and the key slipped out and fell to the ground. She finally realized. In the darkness, she hadn't noticed before. The black cat's key was covered with blood. The emotions had gone numb, and Angie sprang back. A terrified scream rang out through the dark hallway. Even so, Angie would eventually open that door. The music picked up. Uh-oh. That door led to Natsui's room. Is she dead also? Natsui's room was a terrible mess. Blankets and sheets were torn. Cosmetics and books lay all over the place, as though a typhoon had just ripped through it. And there were corpses. Cloths and Natsui's corpses laid sprawled on the floor. Very shortly, Angie will step into this room. She will then scream in terror once more. And it isn't limited to the dining hall in Natsui's room. In the stormy rose garden, Shannon's tragic corpse lies exposed. Partway down the path to the rose garden is Jessica's corpse. When Angie finds that, she will probably dash crying and screaming into the guest house. And death awaits her inside the guest house as well. Just inside the front door is Nanjo's corpse. In the servant room nearby, even Goda and Kumasawa lie dead. The total number of corpses is 13. A full 13 corpses are waiting for Angie. They wait in the mansion and the guest house on this desolate Rokunjima. For Angie, exposed to the wind and rain and tormented by thunder to find them. So that leaves Valor, George, Cannon, not just that, yeah. Goda and Kumasawa dead. That's 16. I guess Kenzo, if they were counting him. Who else? Who else is dead? Oh, Maria. Maria's alive. The first Twilight. Oh, no. Hell yeah, I meant. Alright. We'll see what happened on the first Twilight next time. Holy crap, I'm so hyped for one final mystery game. And this time there's going to be like no narrator, so I'm very curious to see where it goes. I'm very curious. Not many people. Yeah, there's not many people that remain for Angie to encounter. However, there is Balor, George, Cannon, Kenzo if they're counting him, and Maria. I look forward to hearing or seeing what happens in Burncastle's final game. I'm still calling it. It's going to be Balor. It's gotta be Balor. I'm calling it. It's gotta be Balor because Burncastle wants to fuck up Angie's mind. If Balor's the killer, that'll really fuck up Angie. So I look forward to seeing how Burncastle's gonna fuck up Angie's mind in the next stream. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, let me go grab my water real quick. But yeah, no, that was a really fun episode, and I like hearing that Erika's coming back. I don't encourage you to continue, but the game is very short being described. Okay, it's going to be a very short game. Got it. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that for the next video. I'm probably going to... I might just go through the entire game in the next video or next stream because usually my streams are about like 3-4 hours-ish. If it's a short game, then I might just like, you know, do it in one stream. No promises though. I usually cut off the streams at the end of a chapter. So yeah, we'll have to see for the next time I do a stream. I'm still trying to figure out when I'm going to be streaming next. I'm going to be busy next week, so it might not be until 2 weeks from now. But, yeah, I'll be streaming again very soon. Thank you all again for watching the stream. Honestly, I'm really excited to, see how they end the entirety of Umineko. Entirely doable. Got it. Okay. If it's entirely doable, then that might just be the next stream. The epic final game between Burncastle versus Balor and Beatrice. I was trying to formulate that sentence for a second. Yeah. Sentences are hard. But yeah, thank you all again for watching the stream, and I hope to see you all next time. Thank you all for watching.